Shout out to the one. Gonna get it popping in just a second. Where my football fans at? Let's go. Shout out to the three. Upgrade my player. Hey, Jake, what's up? About to play some football live. Y'all hit that like button. Appreciate it, appreciate it. All right, y'all. For today's game, we're going to pick it up. We're going to take off where we left off at. So we're going to check the schedule if y'all remember. Kansas City first started. No, not in the regular season. They first three preseason games, they beat the Cardinals 91-0. Then they came and they beat the Seattle Seahawks 112-0. Then Kansas beat Chicago 69-17. So we're gonna move on to the regular season. For their first week, Kansas beat the Chargers 106-3. Then they went down to Philadelphia. They beat the Eagles 77-0. Their next game was New York Giants. They beat the Giants 118-0. Last game they had was Baltimore Ravens. They beat the Ravens 133-0. So now their next game will be against Jacksonville Jaguars. Shout out to the two. And let's get it going. Kansas City and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Tonight's the night for football, everybody. The bright lights are on, the stage is set, and the crowd is ready. It's Monday Night Primetime on EA Sports. As the work week kicks off tonight, another week of football comes to an end with a Monday Night Primetime contest between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Jacksonville Jaguars. On the visiting sideline, coach of the Chiefs, Andy Reid. His defense ready to lead the charge again after pitching that shutout last week. On the opposite side, Jaguars head coach Liam Cohen. His guys also without a loss this year, so we'll see who's able to keep that perfection alive for another week.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
With Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. It's going to be Harrison Butker to get us started. And we're off on EA Sports. Bayshul Tootin now on the return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. So here are the Jaguars taking over for the first time on offense. They're brought out by the fifth-year man out of Clemson. Hard to believe it's year 5, isn't it, Brock? Former #1 overall pick, Trevor Lawrence.
A win is a win for him, whether he goes for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, Kate, or maybe he just finds the end zone once like last week. And being the team-first guy he is, he'd be more than happy to end the game with just 1 touchdown pass, or maybe even no touchdown.
Lawrence is hit, the ball is loose. But the Jaguars get back on top of the loose football. They're keeping possession. Wow, that was fast. Might be time to take a step back, and we just started this game. Maybe take a couple of deep breaths. Very first snap. And he nearly gave it away. That could have mentally taken them out of this game.
Yeah, for the player, a little bit easier to respond. For the coaches on the sidelines, that drives them crazy to see the ball on the ground. And we know how precious this ball is in this game. Got to take care of it.
One for his running back, but he comes up empty, incomplete, and now they're facing third down.
I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
Here he goes, third and long. Going deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Chiefs pick it up. And what a way to begin the scoring, Brock, as they take it back for the touchdown. The Chiefs capitalize on that turnover and take the lead. Really smart play from him there, Brock. Not just to fall on the football, but to take it in for the score.
Yeah, a word we don't normally use with D linemen a lot, quickness, right? It's usually the corner skill guys, but he was quick, man. He downshifted in a hurry for 6.
Now Harrison Butker for the point after. The point after splits the upright. And the Chiefs will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Jaguars nothing. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Nice little energy on their sideline after that bumper return scored, and with plenty of energy, he'll send this one away. Tootin now on the return. He's brought down just inside the 25. Coach Liam Cohen ushering his Jaguar offense back to the field. And as they get set, partner, gotta imagine they're bringing some urgency with them to the field this drive, too.
Yeah, I think you and I both know in calling these NFL games that sense of urgency can be replaced by full-blown panic in a hurry. So find a way to possess the ball and, more importantly, score some points.
1st and 10, it's Lawrence. And down he goes. The Chiefs got to him. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for 2nd down.
Even from the booth, Kate, I can hear it. I can hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise? You deliver?
Lost control of another one. And this is picked up by the Chiefs. And he will take it back. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs pull out in front further, 13-zip. Well, Brock, you and I know after that first turnover, they were able to take back. They were looking for another one, and lo and behold, they found it.
You felt it. I felt it.
Yep.
Everybody in the stands felt it. It wasn't just good enough to get the takeaway. They wanted to one-up what they did earlier, and look at the celebration now.
Butker to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Chiefs drive out to an early 14-0 lead.
Jaguars nothing. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Still reeling a little after fumbling that away, but they're going to get it right back with this kickoff. Tootin now on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. Now the Jaguars getting set to go. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
Jaguars look ready to go. Here comes 1st and 10. Here's Travis Etienne on the ground. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10.
Hey, Lion! 2nd and 10. Hey. At the 20.
Lawrence working from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
No real secret. They were going to get him and his height involved early there, Kate. The secret was how is he going to be defended? Well, they chose to go physical. And that will plant a little thought in his mind. The next time the ball comes his way, he better be ready.
Wow, it's Green again! And the Chiefs look like they have it.
You know, Kate, defenders today are taught, don't just go get the sack. Go get the sack and the fumble. It's become an art form. Making that strip sack, and that play was a masterpiece.
So here come the Chiefs, taking the field for their first drive of the game. And leading them as he always does, a quarterback seeking his 4th consecutive Super Bowl appearance and a 4th Super Bowl title. It's Patrick Mahomes.
It's pretty remarkable, isn't it, Kate, that the worst season statistically in Mahomes' career was still good enough to finish 6th in the MVP voting and reach a 4th straight Super Bowl. Shows just how high his bar is compared to everyone else, and he's still the QB that almost all are chasing.
Call it 70 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
The cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
And he will get this to the end zone for a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs take a 20-zip lead. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. Well, Brock, they could prove me wrong, but I don't think touchdowns are going to come that easily the rest of this game. But starting out, we all welcome the quick score.
Yeah, not a lot of energy exerted, right? Not a lot of their cards shown just yet. They only got a couple plays into their strategy, and they found pay dirt. A lot of mystery still to come with what they're going to do schematically. A lot of answers have to be found defensively.
Butker to try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chiefs push their lead to 21-zip already.
Jaguars nothing. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Butker on now to kick this one away. Tootin now on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25. Jacksonville heading out there on offense. And they're still looking for their first signs of life on offense. Haven't even been able to get a first down off this defense just yet. Jacksonville offense ready to get going. Here's 1st and 10.
Hey, Ron.
Lawrence to throw it. Loses it again. And the Chiefs pick it up. Not much return after the fumble, but they will take over inside the red zone.
Well, you can just see the QB scanning, can't you? He's moving, he's looking downfield, but everything covered up on the back end. That second and third level defenders did their job, and what did it do? Well, it freed that pass rush up to strip the ball away from the QB.
Andy Reid getting his Chiefs offense ready to go for a new series. And I'm pretty sure, Brock, they hadn't even all sat down on that sideline yet to rest. And now they're right back out there with a great chance to repeat their last touchdown.
And you will take that every day of the week and twice on Sundays. You don't mind at all. You got that defense right now reeling after the touchdown. Look at where they start with the football now.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Cut near the goal line. That's a gain of 13, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Every offense I've ever seen from Pop Warner to the NFL's got this play in the playbook, but every offense isn't capable of executing it because it takes a quarterback and a receiver on the same page, and that page, it was textbook.
Pacheco will score. It's a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs were running away so far. We've got a 27-zip game. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown.
Okay, 2 offensive possessions, 2 offensive touchdowns, but even sweeter than that is 2 rushing touchdowns. You are setting a tone and a mindset, and this defense, well, they better regroup.
Butker to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chiefs continue piling on to this lead.
Jaguars nothing. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Butker on now to kick this one away. Tootin now on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25.
The Jaguars take over.
Out now runs the Jaguars offense. And this drive, they need to come up with some type of answer because, well, Brock, we can almost hear those engines starting to gear up. They might have a boat race coming.
Yeah, I think everybody in the building can feel it. This has been so momentous one way, and as a competitor, you have got to stop that slide.
Solid running here. That's 9 yards as he brings up 2nd down. We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here. What he was able to do in support of that win. Less than a ruler needed here on 2nd down.
All right, let's go.
They go right back to Etienne. And this will only complicate matters for 3rd down, partner. They're sent backwards. I think they might have taken that 1st down for granted there, Brock, and now their punishment is they've got to figure out 3rd down.
Yeah, a little bit of questioning, some mind games now, right?
Yeah.
Why didn't that work out? Can we trust to run it here on 3rd down? Not a gigantic call, but one that certainly creates a lot of confusion.
Rip, 23. Turn it.
On 3rd and 2, here's Lawrence. And no place for him to go. The Chiefs take him down. And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up 4th down.
Okay. Can I be honest with you? I'm just starting to feel bad for this quarterback and his family because he is just taking a...
Hold on, y'all. I'll be right back.
beating before our eyes.
Ball taken in at the 36. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Kansas City offense back out there and set to go. And while one sideline has 0 points, this offense, well, they have had 0 issues so far getting into that end zone.
They are rolling right now, Kate, and unless there's a speed bump on the immediate horizon, things are at risk of getting out of hand.
All right, the Chiefs in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. It gives it Pacheco to start the drive. He's taken down as he takes this to the 38. That's 16 on the pickup. And it's going to be 1st down, Kansas City.
Oh, that vision he has when he gets into space like a chess master. Seeing multiple moves ahead of time. He knows who's going to attack and in what angles, and he maneuvers his way through before someone could finally get to him.
Here's a toss to Pacheco. And this is going to be a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs blowing them out now, 34-zip. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. His 28th of the season, which gives him a share of the NFL record. And with that score, he's now eclipsed the 27 touchdowns of Shaun Alexander and Priest Holmes, and joined LaDainian Tomlinson atop the NFL with 28 rushing scores in one season. Butker to try the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Chiefs grow their lead yet again.
Jaguars nothing. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Butker on now to kick this one away. Tootin now on the return.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10.
Let's go now. 60.
They'll throw to start the drive. And down he goes. The Chiefs got to him. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
It's a 10-yard loss. Brings up 2nd and 20 at the 12-yard line.
That's going to do it for our first quarter here on Monday Night Primetime. A whole lot to nothing is our score. Back to Everbank Stadium in just a bit. Back for the second quarter. It's Jaguar football. They have 2nd down behind the sticks.
19.
Here's the backup. First throw. It's on the turf. Ball's out. He lost it. And this is picked up by the Chiefs. And they will take this down inside the 10. Got the recovery, and now they're going to start with 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, we talk about these wide receivers all the time and their incredible body control, but I'll say this, these pass rushers in this day and age, the body control they have to get home on these sacks, but more importantly, to create these strip sacks is so hard to do, and that is a master's class in how to take the ball away. Well done.
Andy Reid getting his Chiefs offense ready to go for a new series. Their defense has been so good at giving them extra possessions this season, partner, and now it's up to the offense to be very good at paying these extra possessions off.
You know, I can't say it any better than that.
A chance to pay off their defense's effort as they start out 1st and goal. They'll run, Pacheco. And he stopped quickly here. 2 yards on the play. We've got 2nd and 8.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Yellow.
They go to him again. And he will find the end zone this time. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs grow their lead off the turnover. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. His 4th total score of the game. Well, next to kickers, some of our most prolific scorers in league history have been running backs, Brock, and he now tops them all. Most touchdowns in a single season.
Yeah, pretty incredible, Kate. You've got to do it with your legs. You've got to do it with your hands. It's why, well, when you're a little kid, right, and you're playing on the school ground, you figure it out pretty quickly. That dude's elite. That guy can run and score. He's a difference maker, and this guy certainly is.
Butker to try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chiefs continue adding on to that lead.
Jaguars nothing. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Butker on now to kick this one away. Here's a return from the 7. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Now the Jaguars offense ready to take over once more. And Brock, these guys are still searching. They are still searching for their first points, but beyond that, they don't even have a first down yet.
Not even one?
No, they're still searching. I know. They'll work against the blitz. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
It's been plays like that that have kept this game scoreless, and they can't execute. They will continue to do so.
At the 24-yard line.
Cougar 19.
They'll throw on 2nd and 10. Big trouble now, and the ball is out. And the Chiefs pick it up. Buttoned up pretty well after that fumble. They are still going to take over in the red zone.
Well, sure, you're looking to try to get a first down on 2nd down. You're trying to create a manageable 3rd down, but I'll tell you what you're not trying to do ever is give the ball away. And that's what the offense does to the defense right there.
Chiefs coming up to the line here. It's 1st and 10.
Yellow. Argo line 80. My side.
Pacheco on the toss right side. Small gain there, maybe 3 if he's lucky to begin this drive.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Here's a toss left side to Pacheco. And they take this in for the score. The Chiefs capitalize on the turnover and add to their lead. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. And he's done it so many times before in just this game, Brock. There he is again in the end zone leading that celebration.
I think they're running out of ways to celebrate.
I think so too.
Right? They work on these things. They love these celebrations. But my gosh, he's made a habit of visiting the end zone. And it's his effort, it's his want to, it's his will that has carried this offense forward for much of the game.
Butker to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chiefs tack on 7 more to their lead.
Jaguars nothing. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Butker on now to kick this one away. Has this at the 6. And he's brought down just inside the 25. The Jacksonville offense back on the field now. And Brock, I know the goal is always points every drive, but I think just as big a goal, got to play clean football here. You cannot give it away for a third consecutive possession.
Yeah, we call that rebuilding some confidence in yourself as a group, right? Just to execute without the mistakes. Pros, you can shake off a turnover with ease, but back-to-back, even the seasoned vets have a little trouble getting past that.
And he's out of bounds. Defenders get there to drive him out right near that 40-yard line. Big shot to begin the drive has him up beyond the 40.
That's good for a Jaguars first down.
Here's a design run. Oh no, he lost control of another one. And the Chiefs look like they have it. Oh man, yet again, Brock, an inability to hang on to the football. I'm just gonna guess might be working a little harder on ball security next week. Third straight series they put it on the turf.
Yeah, maybe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Any day that ends in Y, you're probably going to do it because this is incredibly frustrating to not hold on to the football. It's left them searching for answers that I'm not sure anybody has right now.
So fresh set of downs now from the 39.
Yellow.
First and 10, it's Mahomes. He's trying to push the field. Near the goal line. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs grow their lead on the turnover. It's a Marquise Brown touchdown.
That quarterback knew he was going to wear one to get that throwaway, and he'll be happy to make that trade-off every single time when it leads to a touchdown.
Butker to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And they'll continue adding to their lead.
Jaguars nothing. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Butker on now to kick this one away. Fielded at the 7. And this drive will start inside the 25.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun.
Ready? Have the six.
Here's ETN to begin the drive. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
That's the kind of yardage it's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
And they're going to throw out of the gun. And no place for him to go. The Chiefs take him down. And that sack may change the next play call as it sends him backwards ahead of third down. They need a good chunk here, at least 14 yards to pick up this first down.
Ready? 70 Timberwolves.
Third and long for him here. He's going to loft one deep to the left. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Couldn't find Brian Thomas Jr. on that throw. So that brings up 4th and long.
That one really stings, Kate, because you want to convert there and not only keep this drive going for points, but because now you're giving your opponent a chance to go pad that lead before halftime. That's a no-no.
He'll start from the 39. And this return finally comes to an end. What a stretch it was to give his guys a short field.
The Chiefs take over first and 10.
Now Kansas City looks settled in and ready. Here we go. First and 10. Here's a handoff to Pacheco. And he will get this to the end zone for a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs making this a laugher before halftime. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. The 6th time he's run it in this game, and that ties the NFL record. So great work by the running back there, Brock. Found just a little bit of space, and he took advantage all the way for 6.
Big time. I mean, so big time. You know, and you hear running back coaches, Kate, say this. They'll say slow to explode through. And he explodes all the way for the touchdown.
Butker to try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And they'll continue adding to their lead.
63. Jaguars nothing. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Butker on now to kick this one away. Return coming from the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Jaguars look ready to go. Here comes 1st and 10. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
One of the challenges when you run that jet sweep is you better secure that edge. I've not seen a great jet sweep in my life where you don't win the edge of the line of scrimmage. And that time, the defense got the job done.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down.
Shut up. Cougar 19.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Wow, it's free again! And this is picked up by the Chiefs. And the nightmare continues as they bring the fumble back for a touchdown. The Chiefs boat racing them to the halftime locker room. Great time to bring some extra pressure off that snap, and that made all the difference in getting that fumble and the defensive score.
I can hear it in your voice. I think you saw it coming. I saw it coming. I think even the crowd saw it coming.
Yep.
That quarterback did not see that blitz coming, and boy, did it pay dividends.
Butker to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And they'll continue adding to their lead.
70. Jaguars nothing. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Nice little energy on their sideline after that fumble return scored. And with plenty of energy, he'll send this one away. Has this at the 6. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Offense showing trips out right as they get set for this 1st and 10. Back now, pressure coming. And down he goes. The Chiefs got to him. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 18 at the 14-yard line.
The Jaguars are going to call their first time out as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down.
Got it. Ready?
They're going to try and throw it here. They're on him again, and he goes down again. And these guys need to find a way to hold up better for their QB. This offense now facing third down. They'll give this up the middle to Etienne. Wow, not a chance at all as he is met at the line on this one. That's going to be fourth and very long. He is quickly making a habit out of wrecking plays, Brock, and it doesn't seem to matter what type of play that is.
It's what the best of them do. We talk about just the versatility of offensive players being dual threats. This guy's a dual threat against the pass, and at times stuffing the run.
And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. Taking in near the 46. And that return's going to leave them enough time to squeeze in 2 plays here if they want before the half.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at the 43-yard line.
First and 10 from the 43.
Yellow!
Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. And that's a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs get more points to end a lopsided first half. It's a Marquise Brown touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game.
First thing you do as a quarterback, the first thing that you do when you get to the NFL level, if you haven't learned it earlier, is you scan those safeties. Do I got middle field open or close? Do I got a single high or 2 high? Is that post going to be available? Because if it is, big plays can follow.
Butker to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And they'll continue adding to their lead.
77. Jaguars nothing. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. Starting from the 5. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Let's go now.
Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on first down. Drawing up the design keeper. So we've reached halftime, Brock, in a lopsided contest so far. Let's hear what Scott Hansen has to say. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
Our look around the NFL starts now. We begin at Highmark Stadium. It's the Bills at home to take on the Patriots in the AFC East. And it's Khalil Shakir. He's going to look in the catch and then look upfield and watch this. 77 yards for the touchdown. The Bills move to 4-1, looking good as they get the win here. From there, it's on to Cincinnati. Checking in on the Bengals, they're hosting the Detroit Lions. And this is Jamar Chase. He was a tough man to pin down all game long. This, one of his 2 touchdown catches. The Bengals with an important W. They didn't want to start 1-4, and they won't following their victory here. Lastly, we head out to SoFi Stadium. It's the Chargers hosting the Washington Commanders. And it's the rookie first-round draft pick, Omarion Hampton. He's going to deliver in the red zone to the end zone, 12-yard touchdown run. With that, let's take a look at the rest of the scores from around the NFL this past weekend. Meanwhile, our game has not been all that competitive, a one-sided affair through 2 quarters. As we send you back out to the broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Logan Cook.
On now is Cook to kick this away. It's Brashard Smith now with the return. They'll bottle him up just as he gets it to the 30. Andy Reid getting his Chiefs offense ready to go for a new series. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this third quarter.
Yellow.
Mahomes on 1st and 10. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball. That's complete inside the 35. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs grow the lead coming out of halftime. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. That is as efficient as an offense can be. One play, 70 yards, and 6 points, Brock. They can save the rest of the plays they had prepared for their next series.
Rest of the plays? Why even call a different one? I mean, that one hit the sweet spot on the barrel and got out of the yard in a hurry. Perfect call to catch him sleeping to start that drive.
Butker to try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chiefs continue piling onto this lead.
Jaguars nothing. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Butker on now to kick this one away. Tootin now on the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Now the Jaguars getting set to go. And the turnovers have not helped as they find this game out of reach at the moment here in the third. Jacksonville offense ready to get going. Here's 1st and 10.
On red. Son.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Fred McDuffie in to pick it off. And the Chiefs get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
Well, this certainly has been a memorable contest for him. His coaches, man, they're going to take this kind of output every single game.
This goes a little beyond the expectations they have for him, maybe even for himself. What impresses me so much, Kate, the guy just doesn't tire, getting stronger, literally, as this game's going on.
Yellow.
A 1st down carry for Pacheco. And he will get this to the end zone for a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. A 7th rushing score in this game. That's a new NFL record. Well, Brock, he found himself some space to work, and from there, wow, all athleticism as he made his way into the end zone.
You got that right, Kate. Just that speed. You got to have some different gear when you get down here to the red zone. It's hard to score rushing touchdowns, and that running back sees the open space, he sees the green grass, and he finishes it off with 6.
That one splits the uprights, and the Chiefs grow their lead yet again.
Jaguars nothing. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Butker on now to kick this one away. Tootin now on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars look ready to go. Here comes 1st and 10.
right, let's go. Hey.
Lawrence, a quick throw out wide. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
Hey, Ron. Here we go.
Motion man left is Brown.
2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
Out of the gun, Lawrence. Loses it again. And the Chiefs pick it up. And the nightmare continues as they bring the fumble back for a touchdown. The Chiefs capitalize on the turnover and add to their lead. Step 1 is just making the hit, Brock. Step 2, trying to knock the football out with that hit, and they were even fortunate enough to get to step 3, weren't they? Taking that fumble all the way back for a touchdown.
And just look at them. I love the joy.
Yep.
A unit that doesn't get to celebrate in the end zone all too often, they will welcome the chance to be the guys running it in for a change. Cue up the group celebration, and boys, go enjoy the moment.
Butker with the extra point. And the Chiefs continue adding on to that lead.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Still reeling a little after fumbling that away, but they're going to get it right back with this kickoff. Tootin now on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Ready up.
Jacksonville offense ready to get going. Here's 1st and 10.
Ready.
On the ground to begin this drive with Etienne. And he's going to be pushed out up near that 40-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs. New set of downs for them. They'll start at the 38.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 38.
To the air now on 1st and 10. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. That one was intended for Travis Hunter. And now it's 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Let's go now. 70 Lions.
Setting up to throw. And no place for him to go. The Chiefs take him down. And the sack forces a now tougher 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down.
Sack. Bronco 80.
Pass play now. Wow, it's free again! And the Chiefs look like they have it.
Hey, I get it, Kate. 3rd down, you're doing all you can to try to stay on the field. But unfortunately, poor ball security loosens his hold on it, and the defense knocks it free. Instead of facing 4th down, even better, that defense is off the field completely.
Chiefs coming up to the line here. It's 1st and 10.
Yellow. Where's it?
They're going to throw now, following the turnover. And they will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs grow their lead on the turnover. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game.
That's some good old-fashioned playground football. Even at the elementary school, find the fastest kid and let him run.
Butker to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chiefs stack on 7 more to their lead.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Butker on now to kick this one away. Tootin now on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Jaguars look ready to go. Here comes 1st and 10. Inside handoff goes to Etienne. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
That's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
Picked up by the Chiefs. And the nightmare continues as they bring the fumble back for a touchdown. The Chiefs capitalize on the turnover and add to their lead. Like a freight train leaving the station after scooping up that fumble. Oh, he got moving on his way to the end zone, Brock. Nice hustle from the big man.
Is there anything more fun than seeing these big old human beings get their chance to get on a scoreboard? You see how it just ignites everybody.
Butker to try the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And they'll continue adding to their lead.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Nice little energy on their sideline after that fumble return scored, and with plenty of energy, he'll send this one away. Tootin now on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25. The Jaguars down running back Travis Etienne trotting back out to the field. All the touchdowns have come from one side of the field, Brock. They're still looking for their first points of any kind in a game that has gotten out of hand. Jacksonville offense ready to get going. Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Now toss it to Etienne. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
First play of the drive lost a yard. Need to get it back and some change here. 2nd down. They'll motion him out of the backfield. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you
loses it again. And the Chiefs pick it up. And the nightmare continues as they bring the fumble back for a touchdown. The Chiefs grow their lead off the turnover. I think they would have happily just taken the turnover, Brock, but how about the wherewithal of the defender to take it back for the score?
Yeah, that is a scoop and score in the definition of a splash play defensively. You don't just rip possession away from the offense, kind of rip their heart out too. You rip possession, you turn it into points, and now that beleaguered offense is going to have to get right back on the field.
Extra point by Butker is up and good. And they'll continue adding to their lead.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Still reeling a little after fumbling that away, but they're going to get it right back with this kickoff. Tootin now on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Jaguars, then running back Travis Etienne trotting back out to the field. And this drive would be a win if they can just hang on to the football, Brock, coming off those back-to-back turnovers. Starting out trips right here. 1st and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. Wow, it's free again! And the Chiefs look like they have it.
You know, this just can't happen on 1st down. It really can't. I mean, ball security is a premium on every down, every distance. But on 1st down, it is especially a killer.
Chance to pay off their defense's effort as they start out 1st and goal. Running is Pacheco. And he'll be stopped after just about a yard. 2nd and 9 coming up.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down. After that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Here's another quarter. And this is headed the wrong way. He's closed in on for a loss.
Such a perfect example, teaching tape, for why these defensive coaches say, let's get population to the ball. Because if one guy misses a tackle, it doesn't get out. You populate the football, and you create a tackle for loss.
He almost gets to the 5. He goes out at the 6. A gain of 8 yards, but still some distance ahead on 4th and goal. Well, we've talked about this before, Brock. The thinking's simple but effective. We'll stop getting it to this guy when you find a way to stop him, and they have yet to do that today.
You know, there's just certain things up in this booth that I love. I think you could feel it emanating from me. And one of them is when you impose your will, and you don't back away from it. If they can't stop it, run it right at them.
And this isn't going to get it. So they stop him a few yards short. That's a turnover on downs. Jaguars look ready to go. Here comes 1st and 10. Here's Etienne. He'll cobble together a yard there. It was Chris Jones, an All-Pro each of the last 3 seasons, who took him down.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 5.
So just 1 quarter to go on Monday Night Primetime. It's Jaguar football, but this slate, that lead, likely too much for them to overcome. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Come on, set.
Working now from the gun. Oh, it's loose. Live ball inside the end zone. And the pressure gets home. He doesn't throw it in time. That's a safety. Well, Brock, you know that I like to spin positive. So at the very least, they were able to get to that fumble and only give up 2. Easily could have been 6 there.
Well, why don't you haul down to the field and tell those defenders to be positive, too? Because some of their language is a little dejected. I get it. You wanted 6 points once that ball hit the deck. But cheer up, boys. 2 points in possession, that's not bad either.
Fields this at the 19. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. The Chiefs offense out to take over. They've ripped off 4 straight wins, and if this lead holds, that's going to be 5 before we know it. So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34.
1st down, Kansas City.
Looking to throw Mahomes. Good strike downfield to Kelsey. And this is going to take him up and across midfield there at the opposing 45. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
Wow, certainly found the weak spot in the coverage with that catch. Really goes to show they trust every single player, receiver, running back, in that case tight end, to be a playmaker in this offense.
Pistol now for Mahomes. Flushed out of the pocket. This is cut downfield by Rice. And they're going to get just inside that red zone on the big play down to the 19. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
Do you feel sometimes, Kate, up here in the booth when we get to see things develop, we're playing the same guessing game the defenses are on those kind of plays? Is he planning on keeping it or just waiting for a throw to develop and get open? That time the QB did a terrific job of finding that outlet.
It's the first time we've seen one of his passes hit the ground this game, Brock. He had been perfect before that one.
Well, we hear it and we know it, right? The team that makes fewer mistakes in this league typically wins the game. Yeah, that was what would you call a first mistake throwing the ball.
And he hauls that one in. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs running them out of the building. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. A 7th rushing score in this game. That's a new NFL record. That one not easy, Brock. Threading the needle there. Boy, there was a lot of traffic in the end zone, but he still found his man.
Yeah, you don't really recommend challenging double coverage in the end zone in this league, but when you give your receiver a chance in that spot, that's what they love. And sometimes you just have to trust that your guys are better than the ones surrounding him, and he'll go make that play anyway.
Butker with the extra point. And they'll continue adding to their lead.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Butker on now to kick this one away. Here's a return from the 7. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
The Jaguars take
Jacksonville heading out there on offense. And with this loss already assured, they at least want to find some points and avoid being shut out. Jacksonville offense ready to get going. Here's 1st and 10.
Let's go. Bronco 80. Go.
From the gun, ETN gets it. Dropped by the first guy he's met. No gain on that first down run.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Got the one-on-one they wanted, Brock, on that slant, but just not enough to get the completion.
Yeah, you got to create separation. We all love the slant route. It can be super effective, but you got to beat press. You got to beat jam. You got to beat off man, and you got to create separation so there's not that bang-bang impact to knock the ball loose like that.
He'll air it out on 3rd. He loses it again. And this is picked up by the Chiefs. And the nightmare continues as they bring the fumble back for a touchdown. The Chiefs throw 6 more on the blowout. Butker to try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And they'll continue adding to their lead.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Nice little energy on their sideline after that fumble return scored, and with plenty of energy, he'll send this one away. Return coming from the 6. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Out now runs the Jaguars offense. The opportunity to win this game is, well, it's long gone, Brock. They're down to their last opportunities now to avoid the shutout as well. Jaguars look ready to go. Here comes 1st and 10. They'll throw to begin. Got him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Chiefs look like they have it. And the nightmare continues as they bring the fumble back for a touchdown. The Chiefs continue adding to an insurmountable lead. Butker to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And they'll continue adding to their lead.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Still reeling a little after fumbling that away, but they're going to get it right back with this kickoff. Has this at the 6. And he's brought down just inside the 25. Now the Jaguars offense ready to take over once more. And if we're being honest, Brock, this game already over. It was a while ago, but still something for this offense to play for. They can try to avoid that shutout.
Yeah, it's kind of like a game, like baseball, right? You're looking up at that scoreboard, and you know it's impossible, but find some momentum, something good to build on for next week.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Pass play on 1st and 10. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, and you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future. That's what I call complementary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down.
18 Cardinal, ready, go!
Here he goes, 3rd and long. He lofts it deep right side. And they really went for it on 3rd down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing 4th down.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
And he's brought down before the return gets far. The Chiefs are out once again. Their offense led by Patrick Mahomes. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. All right, the Chiefs in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. He's got room to roam. Cuts to the left. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs are running them out of the building. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. Another one on the ground for him.
With that explosive run, this guy's right up on the edge of 200 yards, Kate. And with this body of work, it could only take one more carry to cross that mark and suddenly become a very intriguing subplot for the rest of this game. Can he get to 200 plus? We'll get to watch.
Butker to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And they'll continue adding to their lead.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Butker on now to kick this one away. Fielded at the 7. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. The Jacksonville offense back on the field now. And the turnovers, Brock, a big reason they have played themselves out of this one. Hopefully they can keep it clean here, if nothing else.
Yeah, well, this drive isn't pertinent to this game maybe anymore, Kate. This drive is for next week. They just want something positive here to end the game and carry forward into the practices ahead.
And this one doesn't go far. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
Here's a throw. In trouble now, and the ball is out. And the Chiefs look like they have it.
You're using this play to try for a first down, but also set up whatever in your back pocket for 3rd down. But you know what? Throw it all away. None of it matters now if you can't hang on to the doggone football. And the defense pounces on that one in a hurry.
The Kansas City offense set to take the field. With touchdowns on their last 2 drives, Brock, they're playing some of their best offense here. Could they try for 3 in a row despite the lead? Let's find out. Now Kansas City looks settled in and ready. Here we go. 1st and 10.
Yellow.
They'll run now with Pacheco. And the scoring will never end. It's another touchdown. The Chiefs throwing 6 more on the blowout. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. Another score for him this game. So great work by the running back there, Brock. He saw a little bit of space, took advantage, and he took it all the way for 6.
So good, Kate. You'll hear running back coaches say this: slow to and then explode through. And that's exactly what he did. Slow to the hole, but explodes for the touchdown.
Butker to try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And they'll continue adding to their lead.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Butker on now to kick this one away. Return starts at the 3. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Now the Jaguars getting set to go. And all game they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Slot man motioned over. 1st and 10, they're going to throw. Lost control of another one. And the Chiefs pick it up. Not much return after the fumble, but they will take over inside the red zone.
You know, we could go down on that field and ask any player about the first lessons they learned in the game of football, and almost every one of them kids going to say the same thing: ball security. I bet he could even hear his old high school coach's voice in his ears right now, telling him next time, you got to hang on to it better.
The Chiefs are headed out, and we'll see Isaiah Pacheco. They're going to win this game, but with touchdowns on 3 straight drives, Brock, they're probably going to want to keep that streak going. Chiefs coming up to the line here. It's 1st and 10. Play action, Mahomes. And they're not stopping the destruction, partner. That is caught. Touchdown. The Chiefs continue adding to an insurmountable lead. That is his 6th passing score of the game. A lot of quarterbacks could go several weeks without throwing that many touchdowns. And now, keep in mind, he's only one off the NFL record of 7 in a single game. Butker to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And they'll continue adding to their lead.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Butker on now to kick this one away. This return starts at the 5. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Jacksonville heading out there on offense. And the last 2 drives have been teaching tape for that defense, Brock, and probably have earned this offense a lecture in the near future as well. Just haven't been able to take care of that football.
Yeah, I just kind of want to focus on those guys, everything they're doing on that side, because the humble pie this offense is eating, it's been a tough watch.
And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. It's the 2-minute warning here in Jacksonville. Jaguars hoping to do some window dressing in the time remaining. Offense to the line for 2nd down.
65.
Throwing from the gun. Well, it's free again. And this is picked up by the Chiefs. And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
This is exactly what you want out of your defense. If they're not going to secure the ball on offense, and they're going to give you a shot at it, go punch that ball loose and get a body on it for the recovery.
A chance to pay off their defense's effort as they start out 1st and goal.
Yellow. There's a line, right?
They'll give this up the middle to Pacheco. And he barrels across for the touchdown. The Chiefs are running them out of the building. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. Another one on the ground for him. Extra point by Butker is up and good. And they'll continue adding to their lead.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Butker on now to kick this one away. Fields this one at the 3. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. Out now runs the Jaguars offense. And they'll get one final chance in a game that, to put it mildly, Brock, has been a bit of a miserable experience for him. Here's Etienne on 1st down. He's only able to get back to the line. It's going to be 2nd down. I hate to say it, but it kind of feels like time, Brock. It might be time for this offense to get a little more one-dimensional because his ground game hasn't done anything. I mean, just look up at the scoreboard.
Or maybe the in-between is a little play action. I mean, everything they've done, unfortunately, has not worked. And that one, to go backwards,
Offense to the line. 2nd down. Loses it again. And the Chiefs pick it up. And they're going to take over with 1st and goal after the fumble. Offense heading out now for the Chiefs. And they should just be able to kneel out what time remains. There's 3 timeouts defensively still available, but using them is not going to alter this outcome. Now Kansas City looks settled in and ready. Here we go. 1st and 10.
Yellow.
Oh, Gronk, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. Fights off the pressure. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. It's going to push him back for 2nd down.
It's 2nd down.
Yellow.
They're going to pass it here. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. So as they're trying to throw for this, Brock, they've actually been thrown off here by a couple of great plays defensively.
Yeah, offensively, that can't happen. Defensively, kudos. Offensively, touchdown, check down, throwaway. That's it. Sack cannot be a part of the equation.
3rd and long for Mahomes. And this is another incompletion.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? They chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Pressure mid, and it's blocked. They pick up the block inside the 40. There he goes on the right side. 30 into the red zone. And they scoop up the block and don't stop until they reach pay dirt. Well, shout out to the special teamers, Brock. They got somebody in free to block that kick, and things just got better from there as he took it all the way back.
These special teams coaches, they live in dark places, man, and they look for any vulnerability they can. A lot of times, you're a step slow, just a millisecond away. Not that time. It pays off in the biggest of ways.
And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Chiefs are headed out, and we'll see Isaiah Pacheco. And his production is carried over into this 2nd half. He keeps on running well, even with the workload they placed upon him. Chiefs coming up to the line here. It's 1st and 10. To the air, Mahomes escapes the pocket. And this one falls incomplete. Still 17 seconds left to play.
Okay, this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss, whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put it in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
They'll try something else from the 27 this time. 2nd and 10.
Yellow.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Flush down now to his left. On the run. Big gain downfield. And stop me if you've heard this before, Brock. They've scored again, and they grow that lead further. The Chiefs throwing 6 more on the blowout. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
Butker to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And they'll continue adding to their lead.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Butker on now to kick this one away. Starting from the 5. And this drive will start inside the 25.
Take over 1st and 10.
This undoubtedly the final snap of what's already a decided contest. One final shot here. Trying to push deep downfield. And their final effort is going to hit the ground incomplete. But no reason not to throw it long there, as this game is over. So it's a win for the visiting Chiefs. Well, Brock, we both thought coming into this one that it was going to be a tough hill to climb going up against one of the better defenses in the NFL. But these guys looked and said, Hill, What hill?
And you know what? I think that happened over the course of this week. Sometimes when you know what you're facing, Kate, and you're watching tape and it's a really good defense, you know you got to be on your game. And this offense certainly was today.
So that'll do it for this one. With Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. It's a win for the Chiefs as we bid farewell from Jacksonville.
All right, y'all. So Kansas City just knocked off the Jacksonville Jaguars. Their next game is going to be Detroit Lions. So I know y'all going to be wanting to see that one. So you guys stay tuned for that next game, which will be either later on tonight or later on tomorrow. So I repeat, the next game is Detroit Lions against the Kansas City Chiefs. So with that being said, y'all, this has been a Madden 2026 prime time Kansas City on the road game.